Let's now welcome Mr. Mugwena Maluleke, SADTU's General Secretary there, to further expand on this celebration of International Teachers' Day. Mugwena, thank you so much for being with us today. So today we celebrate your members. So tell us why it is so important to celebrate those that are responsible for shaping all our futures and careers. And how are you as SADTU then celebrating teachers specifically today?
Let me greet your viewers at home, Alicia, and thank you for the opportunity. There are more reasons for us to be able to celebrate our teachers because they do incredible work. They don't judge us. They see the potential in us, and they work with us and making sure that we realize our full potential. And there's more reason for us to be able to do that because they work under extreme conditions and they don't give up. Teachers get attached to their children, attached to their students to the extent that they get sick when they see a student not being able to make it to the next class. And for that reason, therefore, they are indeed in loco parentis. We see them as our parents. We see them as our social workers every day because they are there for our children. And SADTU is holding a number of events. For example, today in the Free State, we are celebrating the day yesterday. We were in Northwest to celebrate our teachers and also honoring them for the good work that they are doing.
Absolutely, Mugwena. I mean, a very encouraging story there about those two twin teachers that was preceding your interview. And we hope certainly that we can get many more, particularly as, of course, we celebrate the mother of all professions. Now, this day comes in light of many challenges, Mugwena, faced by the teachers, especially in a country where we understand that they are still battling staffing, respect, budget, and many other day-to-day issues 30 years into democracy. So where do you think we are failing as a state to safeguard the mother of all professions?
I think the problem we're facing as a country is where our government allow multinationals to dictate what needs to be done in our country. For example, we have got rating agencies, we have World Bank and IMF really dictating to the government that they must not invest in education, they must not invest in social spending, in particular education and health. They want a lean state and therefore want some kind of a fiscal discipline, which basically is not informed by what the developed country has done. If you go to any developed country, public services has been the core in order to avoid, civil wars. For example, if you look at public transport, it will be world-class public transport. Absolutely. When you look at school, there will be world-class schools precisely because they wanted to avoid these particular problems. Yeah.
And how far then, Mugwena, have you come as a union in far as addressing as well as fighting for the inequality as well as ill treatment of teachers?
Well, by yesterday, we also have signed an agreement between ourselves and the Western Cape Department of Education as part of protecting the education of our children, where then the Department of Education will have got to convert our temporary teachers instead of dismissing them as they had made that particular threat. We are engaging next week from the 8th with the department at a high level where we're meeting heads of departments together with their MECs to really sort out the problem of budget cuts in terms of austerity measures in order to identify how best we can be able to address these particular issues. So it is an ongoing struggle for our teachers, for our students, and we call upon the communities really to be with us because it is a community issue, it's a societal issue that we invest in education and in our children. So I can say that it's an ongoing struggle. We're doing our best. We intervene where it is necessary to intervene. For example, in other provinces, they have not pronounced about the retrenchment of teachers precisely because in the consultation processes, we're able to identify how best we can manage what we have whilst we are demanding more from the Department of Finance.
And speaking of those communities, Mugwena, what more then do you think still needs to be done by not only policymakers, but society itself in ensuring that we look after as well as support our educators?
We're calling upon the community to join our campaign, which we call I'm a School Fan, which campaign is about the community. It's about them taking the lead in supporting the teachers and supporting the students. It's about them taking the lead in making sure that they are able to send a very strong message to the treasury, to the government, and say South Africa, as a developing country, needs investment and therefore cannot afford to have austerity measures in education, because we believe education is a social vaccine. All the ills that we have in our society, if we have got educated people, we believe we can be able to deal with all the problems that we have. Of course, we may not address all of them, but we think that we can impact on the behavior, on the conduct of our people to be able to respect that. Communities must stop banning schools. Communities must stop, blocking the schools when they want something, because it reflects badly on us as a nation that we continue to do exactly what Verwoerd wanted to happen, that we don't have educated people, we block education and elevate certain things as being above education instead of elevating education above everything else in our community, so that we're then building a strong economy for all of us. So we can call upon the community to say it is the opportunity for us to making sure that you send a very strong message, whether it's through our union or whether it's through your own structures, through the school governing bodies, but you have to send the message to government, stop austerity measures now.
Absolutely. And a very quick one, Mugwena, before I let you go. How are you then promoting young students to venture as well as consider the field of education and teaching in a society that is severely fragmented and highly classist at our choices of careers?
I must say that we have another campaign which we call Go Public Fund Education. That particular campaign is a global campaign. For example, yesterday I have made a lot of inputs in UNESCO to say we need to be able to make this particular profession aspirational. We have got to make sure that people are paid well. We have got to make sure that they are protected and they are safe. And that will then attract the young people with potential and energy to join our teaching profession. So that is the message that we are saying. Once we invest in education, improve infrastructure, improve the safety, our young people love their people, they love their countries, they will join the teaching profession in numbers and will have quality after that. But the only way is government must act now and fund education now.
Absolutely. Well, once again, happy International Teachers' Day to you and all your members there. That is Mr. Mugwena Maluleke, the General Secretary of SADTU there, as we celebrate International Teachers' Day.